Hi folks, back to acrylic. I've just done some oils. That's a bit wiggly. Pull that down just to stop it from bouncing about a bit. Brushes, well, I've got brushes. It's just, oh dear. I sorted this all out. Right, that should hold it. Right, so we've got cabin red, ultramarine, burnt sienna, black, no not black, and cabin yellow, pale yellow ochre. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colours with black and white. Remember, black is not really considered a colour, it's a negative of colour. But anyway, one way or the other, it's so a fabulous colour to work with. I want to do some abstract landscapes again, but I want to try and make them a bit different. I've painted well over 3,000 paintings on YouTube of all types, all landscapes, or apart from the odd abstract impression or expression, but mostly watercolours. I did loads of watercolours when I first started about 9 years ago. So there's something for everybody. Just go back in time. There are just hundreds and hundreds of them. They're there for, no, I wouldn't say full time. They're there for my time I'm on the planet. But you get fed up because I paint very quickly. I produce a lot of work. I get quite not bored so much as what shall I paint next? I've done it so many times, and trying to show things in a different way, I suppose that leads to abstraction. Let's move that over a little bit. I think you just about see this palette. You'll see me mixing a bit of red and a bit of white there. I want to start this with a sort of an abstract of what I saw on TV the other day, a documentary on the Falkland Islands. I'll just stick my ball down, I think. And it was so abstract, the scenery itself, that I don't know what it does. Well, anyway, I'll start. I'll just put some black in here, so we can go over that. Because it's acrylic, it dries quite quickly. So wet the brush, or what I can do is I've got a spray bottle here, just to help the paint flow a bit. So we'll have a bit of black, and I see it's like a sort of a hill. And some sort of the landscape in there. So, well, that'll do for that. I'll go and do a bit of sky while that sort of dries off. Might take a few minutes, but the paint's running nicely. It was just like a ridge of rock, not high. Well, the terrain was high, but it was just poking through the subsoil, I suppose you'd call it. Right, okay, so let's mix a bit of burnt sienna with that, blue and white. You might have overdone the water again. So a bit of this, bit of that. Let's just get it in. We'll just scum over that. Take a while just for that to dry off a little bit. So I've got a couple of sheets. This is a half an imperial size. I'm imperial, 7.5 inches by 11. All right, get a bit of that landing. A bit of white. It's a very barren place, but I like barren places. But I have to make all my stuff up because I live in landlocked South London, or North East Surrey, as we like to be called. Now it's drying nicely. So just get that in. But I've got some cadmium yellow pale here. I'll whack that in. See, whatever you put on, you can easily wipe out. I love black. It's such an exciting colour. You hear this all this. Oh, you shouldn't use black. It makes holes in the paper. It doesn't. You can cover up the holes. Right, clean the brush. I'm only going to use one brush. It's almost dry. I've got a cloth here. This is a very old brush. It's a lovely brush. It's Chinese, but I've had it for years. And in the early days, about 10 years ago, these sort of brushes actually had some bristles in them. But over the years, they've sort of got cheap and nasty. The ones that I've seen, and I like the long flats. Right, let's go back on that sky then, and let's have some fun with it. Bit of water. Burnt sienna is very good mixed with white for sky, for clouds, if you want to put clouds in. If you're beginner to this acrylic lark or oil, use a large brush. Don't use small brushes. They're for little bits of interest. But if you start off using small brushes, you'll be forever painting passages because you've just got such a small brush to do it with. The brush is tools. Use the biggest brush you can get away with. Oh, I could use a bigger brush on this, but it's only a tiny painting. Oh, let's just add a little bit of colours on that. I think I'm going to use a palette knife on some of this, just to give it some character. That is there's nothing in that sky, is there really? Let's have a bit of blue, bit of black. Okay, that'll do. Let's go back and put some lights. Oh, I've got some coffee here that I forgot to drink. It's not very warm in the UK at the moment. We've had a lovely spell about 3 weeks ago. Out came barbecues and sitting outside eating. It was lovely. Friends round. But now it's overcast. It's quite bright. Overcast. So the temperature's about a little bit of blue sky. It's about 11 degrees, which is very average for this time of year. Right, here we go. Let's get some. Let's add a bit of red to that. Just brighten it all up a bit and then we can put some darks back. Just mixing the cadmium pale with some burnt sienna, cadmium yellow pale and a bit of ochre. Just sort of on a ridge. Right, let's get some black and burnt sienna in there. No, I can make a green out of that. So the black and the cadmium yellow pale. A bit more light in there. Touch of red. Load of white. Change the colours, just right, let's I'm not sure I like that bit there. Right, let's get a smallish knife. Clean. When I clean my palette knives, painting knives, I either that side or that side, I get my craft knife, my standing knife, box cutter, and put it on the blade and pull the blade through the knife, through the blade, and it takes all these stuck on paints of years. Right, now here we go. Bit of just trying to give some indication of all the pebbles, well not pebbles, but the sort of the rocky soil, shall I say. That's a bit of that, bit of ochre, bit of black. Right, let's do some of this stuff over here. Bit of white. That's very odd. You can do a lot with a little. Just go over the whole lot. Just a bit of red, bit of oak, bit of ochre, bit of this, bit of that, bit of white. I mean, you can do with a brush, quite with a knife. That gives a real impressionist feel. So I'm going to carry on with these for a while. I'm going to do some, well, a watercolour for my patrons. Probably tomorrow or Saturday. That's well, I always paint on Saturday. That could be a little, let's reflect the sky, a bit of blue. Bit of a pond there, I used to do quite a few knife paintings, but I haven't for a while. I'll just drag over it a bit, just give a bit of character. Not sure about that, so just paint that out. Right, we're going to let that go. Let's do a bit of sky. It's a bit bouncy. Right, focal point. There are no trees, or are there any trees on? on the island. So let's have a bit of red. Right, let's just balance it up a little bit there. Okay, we'll put that in a mount. We'll see if it's any good. Oh, here it is. A bit of advice: you are not always the judge, the best judge of your work. Now that's just about okay. It's just about big enough. Okay, so that's one abstract. Let's just move. Get that. God, do you ever get splits in your fingers? My thumb. Ah, right where you grip, and it's in my right hand as well. Right, let's just move this over a bit. Oh, wrong way. Go this way. Right, okay, there we are. So one abstract, let's just take it out of there. Right, so that's an abstract of the Falkland Isles as I saw it, or as I remember it. But I'm not literal. It's very difficult to be literal with abstraction. But just try these things. It's a painting. Somebody will like it. A lot of people won't. But and it's not easy because you're letting go of tradition. How you should paint. You paint how you like. That's the thing with abstraction. I mean, after the Impressionists came along and blew all those beautiful landscapes, carefully detailed, out of the water, and look how popular they are now. I think any Impressionist exhibition will be very, very popular, and that led to the Fauves with the colour flamenco, Matisse. But others started to be influenced by it. Then you got pointillism and all that sort of stuff, and then you got Jackson Pollock came along with abstract expressionism, and look what he did. I know he was probably drunk when he was doing his drip paintings, but I love his work. I absolutely love it. But there was a time when I wouldn't have given it house room. But now I can't wait to go up to Tate Modern and have a look at some of the new stuff that's there, and the Rothkos. You can just stumble over it. So it's a free for all. Anything goes for some people. Not everybody. Not everybody's going to like that. But we're painting. We're painting. It's the joy of painting. Is that the tape there? Yeah. Which is. Yeah, that's just about half of a quarter imperial sheet. Here we go. Look. Oh well, no, you know what it looks like, a 15 inches by 11 or 16 by 12. 16 inches by 12. Anyway, enough from me. I'm going to have to go another one now, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.